Did you know that the elderly's home can be a real minefield of risks? Imagine how a simple change can prevent fatal accidents. Do you want to know how to make your home safe and comfortable for them? Stay until the end and discover essential tips for transforming the lives of elderly people at home. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel now for more exclusive content like this. When an elderly person lives alone, home safety becomes a main concern. Old age brings natural changes to the body and mind, which can affect mobility, vision, coordination, and even memory. Therefore, adapting the home environment to these specific needs is crucial to reduce risks and provide a better quality of life. Some simple but effective changes can make a big difference in everyday life and ensure that the elderly live more safely and comfortably in their own home. 1. Grab bars. Grab bars are one of the most effective and essential modifications to ensure the safety of seniors. They must be installed in strategic locations such as in the bathroom, near the toilet, in the shower area and on stairs or corridors. The bathroom, as it is a humid environment, is especially dangerous for falls. Placing grab bars in the shower stall, on the sides of the toilet and next to the sink helps the elderly person balance when entering and exiting places at risk of slipping. Grab bars are also very useful on stairs and hallways as they offer support while walking, especially in homes with internal stairs. Installing bars in high-traffic areas ensures that elderly people have extra help when moving, preventing falls and providing more confidence to carry out their daily activities independently. Tip: choose support bars made from non-slip material and that have good resistance. Furthermore, it is important that the installation is carried out by a qualified professional to ensure that the bars are well fixed and support the weight of the elderly person. 2. Non-slip carpets and flooring. Loose carpets and slippery floors are two of the biggest villains when it comes to home safety for the elderly. Carpets that are not securely fixed to the floor increase the risk of tripping, and the combination of smooth or ceramic floors with moisture can be fatal. To resolve this, there are some simple and affordable options that can improve home security. If the option is to keep the rugs, choose models that already come with a non-slip base or use non-slip stickers to fix them to the floor. Rugs with very high patterns or that create creases should also be avoided as they are a fall risk. In the case of carpets in places such as the bathroom or hallways, it is better to opt for more compact and safe models without the risk of slipping. To ensure greater safety in areas with greater circulation, the best option is to opt for non-slip floors. Textured vinyl or ceramic floors help prevent accidental falls, especially in areas like the kitchen and bathroom where the risk of slipping is greater. In external locations or with access to external areas such as the garage or balcony, the floors must also be chosen carefully so as not to become slippery on rainy days. Furthermore, whenever possible, avoid using very thick carpets, which can become an obstacle for wheelchairs or walkers. 3. Adequate lighting. Good lighting is essential to ensure that elderly people can move around the house safely. Vision loss is a common problem in old age, which makes it even more important to ensure that all areas of the home are well lit, especially in places where there is a risk of tripping, such as stairs, hallways, and the kitchen. Stairs and hallways are areas often associated with accidents in the home. Placing lights at the top and bottom of stairs and along corridors helps to increase visibility, preventing elderly people from tripping over objects or going unnoticed over an obstacle. Use more powerful bulbs and, if possible, opt for LED lights, which are more efficient and last longer. An excellent option for those with mobility or memory difficulties is to install automatic lights with motion sensors. These lights are activated when the elderly person passes a certain location, such as the hallway or stairs, and turn off automatically after a period of inactivity. This eliminates the need for seniors to manually turn lights on or off, especially at night when vision may be impaired. Tip: to reduce the risk of falls, not only in high-risk areas, but throughout the house, it is interesting to replace common light bulbs with whiter or more intense light options, which help to better illuminate environments. 4. Avoid obstructions in circulation areas. A key part of ensuring a senior's safety at home is making sure the environment is free of obstacles. In addition to carpets and flooring, other items such as furniture, electronic cords, or even pet toys can be a hazard. Keeping circulation areas unobstructed significantly reduces the risk of falls and makes it easier for elderly people to move around, whether with a walker, cane, or simply walking. Organizing the house so that there are no furniture or objects in the way is a simple action, but it can make all the difference. It is also important to ensure that the path to the bathroom, kitchen, and living room is always accessible and free of obstacles. Tip: if the elderly person uses a walker or wheelchair, it is important to ensure that the hallways and doors in the house are of adequate width to allow comfortable passage of these devices. But how can you ensure that an elderly person's health is closely monitored even when they are alone at home? With innovative technologies, you can prevent small problems from becoming major emergencies. Stay tuned, because I'm going to show you how technology can save lives. Nowadays, technology has become a great ally for the elderly, especially for those who live alone. If on the one hand, age can bring challenges in terms of mobility, health, and memory, on the other hand, technological innovations are being developed to mitigate these difficulties, offering a greater sense of security, well-being, and independence. From simple monitoring devices to intelligent systems that help with communication, assistive technology has become an important pillar in the lives of seniors. Here we explore some of the most effective solutions that can transform the way older people care for themselves and ensure their safety in everyday life. 1. Alarms and panic buttons. In a world where agility and speed are essential in emergency situations, alarms and panic buttons are simple and powerful solutions to ensure that the elderly receive help quickly when needed. These devices were designed to facilitate the alert process in the event of a fall, illness, or any other emergency. Panic buttons. They are small portable devices, usually in the form of a necklace or bracelet, that the elderly person can carry with them at all times. By pressing a button, an alert is automatically sent to a family member, friend, or even an emergency service, informing them that something is not right. Some more advanced models can even send data such as the elderly person's exact location, which is essential if they are unable to communicate. These devices are extremely easy to use, with just one button to activate, which eliminates any complexity and makes the process more intuitive, even for elderly people who are not very familiar with technology. This ease of use, combined with the speed of response, makes these devices a true safety net for those who live alone. Tip: there are models that also offer heart rate monitoring or blood pressure, allowing seniors to have a better view of their health while maintaining safety. 2. Motion sensors and activity tracking. Motion sensor technology is one of the most useful innovations for seniors who live alone. These sensors can be installed in different parts of the house, such as hallways, living rooms, and even the bathroom, and have the function of monitoring the elderly person's movements throughout the day. This helps ensure that the elderly person is moving normally and safely. How does it work? When the sensor detects the absence of movement or abnormal activity, for example, if the elderly person does not move for a prolonged period, the system sends an alert to a family member, caregiver, or emergency service. This type of monitoring is ideal for detecting situations such as falls, dizziness, or even unexpected health problems that could cause the elderly person to become immobile. Furthermore, the motion sensors. They are also used to ensure that the person does not leave home without their family or caregivers knowing. They are programmed to send alerts if the elderly person leaves the perimeter of the house, which offers greater peace of mind to relatives. In some cases, these systems can also be configured to alert when the elderly person enters or leaves a specific environment, such as the bathroom or bedroom. Tip: many of these sensors are configured so as not to invade the privacy of the elderly person. They work discreetly and silently, without filming or capturing images, respecting the elderly person's personal space. 3. Medication reminders. One of the most common difficulties faced by elderly people who live alone is remembering to take their medications correctly. Many people have a strict medication routine with different times and doses, and forgetting can have serious consequences for their health. The good news is that technology has a simple and effective solution to this problem. Today, there are several applications for smartphones, tablets, and even specific devices, such as smartwatches, that help remind elderly people to take their medications at the right time. These devices emit sound or vibrating alerts, indicating when it is time to take the medicine. Some more advanced models can even send a visual reminder on the screen, such as a warning with the name of the medicine and the correct dosage. Another very efficient solution is automatic medicine boxes, which organize doses and automatically release the medicine at the right time. These boxes can be programmed to release doses according to the elderly person's routine, and some models even have alert systems that warn the elderly person or their family members if the dose has not been removed or administered correctly. This technology is especially useful for elderly people with chronic illnesses or multiple health conditions who require a strict medication routine. The system can also be configured to send notifications to family members or caregivers, ensuring that treatment is followed correctly. Tip: some medication reminder apps also offer monitoring tools, allowing family members to monitor whether the elderly person is taking their medication correctly, which brings more security to those who are physically distant. 4. Personal assistance and remote communication. In addition to increasing safety, assistive technology also improves elderly people's quality of life by facilitating communication with their family and friends. Many elderly people face challenges related to social isolation, especially when they live alone. The use of personal assistants, such as virtual assistant, Google Home, Alexa, etc., can be a great way to stay connected. How do they work? These devices are voice-controlled and can be set to perform various tasks such as making video calls, playing music, reporting the weather, reading the news, setting appointment reminders, and even triggering the alarm system in case of an emergency. The big advantage is that they are extremely easy to use, as the elderly person just needs to speak, and the virtual assistant responds and performs the requested task. Furthermore, many of these devices have features that allow the elderly to communicate with family and friends quickly and simply. For example, he can make video or audio calls without having to handle a phone, just asking the assistant to call someone, which is ideal for those who have difficulties using smartphones or more complex electronic devices. Tip: with the integration of communication systems, many devices can also be configured to remote monitoring, allowing children or caregivers to monitor the well-being of the elderly person. Although many seniors enjoy the company of others, living alone also offers a number of benefits, especially when it comes to a sense of independence, freedom, and self-esteem. The possibility of making decisions autonomously and maintaining control over one's life is a crucial factor for the psychological well-being of any person, especially older people. Living alone offers seniors the freedom to make important everyday decisions independently. This includes choices about daily routine, food, leisure activities, and even how to dress. This freedom is an essential pillar for self-esteem, as it allows the elderly person to feel capable of controlling the most significant aspects of their lives. This sense of autonomy is crucial for mental health, as it ensures that the elderly feel valued and competent, reinforcing the idea that they still have control over their own destiny. Living alone also offers older people the opportunity to maintain and cultivate their own traditions, practices, and rhythms. Creating a personal routine can be a great comfort, as it allows the elderly to preserve a lifestyle that they already know and enjoy. Adapting the space according to your personal preferences helps to create a more welcoming and safe environment. This offers a sense of control and belonging, fundamental to emotional well-being, as well as providing a space for moments of introspection and rest. When the elderly have the ability to take care of themselves, manage their daily tasks, and maintain control over small details in life, they move away from the risk of developing a feeling of dependence. This process helps preserve your sense of identity and self-worth, essential elements for psychological health. The power to manage your own needs and not completely depend on other people prevents the elderly person from feeling useless or incapable. This independence is essential to prevent feelings of helplessness, increasing confidence, and providing a more satisfying and balanced life. Independence also contributes to mental health in general, as it allows the elderly to make decisions and act according to their own desires, without the need to submit to other people's will or schedules. This favors the feeling of freedom, contributing to the reduction of stress, anxiety, and depression. Furthermore, this autonomy can encourage the elderly to remain more physically and mentally active, which helps to preserve their health and prolong a quality life. For many seniors, independence is a way to maintain and affirm their identity. By living alone, they are able to preserve the way they see themselves in the world, not needing to adjust to other people's expectations, which strengthens their sense of belonging and trust. This not only supports emotional health, but also gives the elderly the opportunity to rediscover themselves and seek new forms of personal satisfaction. These are just some of the many benefits that living alone can provide seniors. Freedom and independence, when balanced with social support and adequate care, can significantly contribute to a more satisfying, healthy, and meaningful life. Although independence can bring many benefits, living alone can, in some cases, affect the mental health of many elderly people, especially when it comes to loneliness. The lack of constant social interaction and the feeling of isolation can generate feelings of sadness, anxiety, and in more serious cases, even depression. However, it is possible to deal with these challenges and adopt strategies to maintain balanced mental health and general well-being. Loneliness, when not managed properly, can become a negative factor for the mental health of the elderly. However, even living alone, elderly people can look for different ways to stay in touch with friends and family, which helps combat isolation. Periodic visits from loved ones, phone calls or video calls are effective ways to strengthen emotional bonds and feel connected to others. The use of technologies such as WhatsApp, Skype, and other digital communication platforms provides a valuable opportunity for older people to stay in touch with the outside world, especially when mobility may be limited due to physical issues. These tools not only offer social interaction, but also promote a sense of belonging, which is important for self-esteem and mental health. Engaging in activities that challenge the mind and keep the elderly busy can be an excellent way to avoid feelings of loneliness. Reading books, playing crosswords, learning new skills, or practicing crafts are activities that not only stimulate cognition, but also promote pleasure and personal satisfaction. Furthermore, these hobbies help keep the mind active and healthy, which is essential for preventing cognitive diseases such as dementia and Alzheimer's. Learning something new, like a foreign language or digital skills, can give renewed purpose to a senior's routine, expanding their options for social interaction and providing a sense of accomplishment. Many cities and communities offer specific groups for seniors where they can meet regularly to talk, do activities together, and support each other. These groups, which can be in person or virtual, are essential for reducing the feeling of isolation and strengthening social bonds. Participating in collective activities, such as reading clubs, walking groups, or volunteering programs, gives older people the chance to feel part of a support network, increasing their self-esteem and confidence. These interactions, in addition to alleviating loneliness, promote an environment of emotional exchange, where the elderly can express their emotions, learn from the experiences of others, and feel welcomed. In cases of persistent loneliness or other emotional challenges, seeking psychological support can be an excellent way to deal with the impacts of loneliness on mental health. Therapies such as cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, or occupational therapy can help older adults develop strategies to deal with feelings of sadness, anxiety, or depression. Additionally, mental health professionals can help older adults find ways to create new social bonds and maintain a healthy routine. Support from a therapist also provides a safe space for older adults to express their feelings without fear of judgment and actively work to strengthen their emotional health. A regular physical exercise is also a powerful way to promote mental health in older people. Physical activity releases endorphins, which are chemicals in the brain that promote feelings of well-being and happiness. Furthermore, practicing regular physical activity helps combat symptoms of anxiety and depression, improving the elderly's mood and disposition. Exercises such as walking, yoga, swimming, or dancing can be adapted to the elderly person's level of mobility, ensuring benefits for the body and mind. Getting involved with the local community, whether through community centers, religious groups, or other community activities, can be a very effective way to reduce social isolation. Participating in social events and activities offers older people the opportunity to make new friends. exchange experiences, and feel like an active part of society. Furthermore, many social services offer programs aimed at the well-being of the elderly, focusing on physical, cultural, and recreational activities, which also contribute to improving mental and emotional health. Encouraging seniors to take care of themselves, both physically and emotionally, is an essential component of preserving their mental health. This includes adopting healthy habits, such as a balanced diet, quality sleep, and relaxation practices, as well as dedicating time to activities that bring pleasure and personal fulfillment. Self-care is not only a physical health practice, but also an important pillar for emotional and psychological well-being, providing older adults with a sense of control and satisfaction in life. In summary, although living alone can pose a mental health challenge for many seniors, there are several ways to manage it effectively. The combination of social interaction, stimulating activities, participation in groups, and the search for a professional support, along with self-care habits, can provide an emotionally balanced and healthy life. The key is to keep your mind active, your social ties strong, and your sense of belonging to the community, which contributes to a richer and more satisfying life. Although many seniors prefer the independence of living alone, it is essential that they have a robust support network to ensure their safety, well-being, and quality of life. This network is not limited to just the family circle, but can include friends, neighbors, and healthcare professionals, all of whom play crucial roles in maintaining the elderly's physical, emotional, and mental health. The family plays a fundamental role in the elderly's support network, offering not only practical care, but also essential emotional support. Maintaining regular contact with family members, whether through phone calls, messages, or visits, can provide a sense of security and well-being. Even if visits are not daily, knowing that the family is available and willing to help in times of need can be a great relief for the elderly person. Furthermore, many family members have adopted the practice of creating WhatsApp groups or other forms of online communication to maintain daily contact and ensure that the elderly person is always in contact with loved ones. These groups offer a direct channel of communication, facilitating support in case of emergencies or checking the emotional state of the elderly person. The continuous presence of the family, even virtually, contributes significantly to preventing feelings of loneliness and isolation. In addition to family support, professional support services are vital to ensure that the elderly receive adequate care, both physically and emotionally. Professionals such as caregivers, nurses, and therapists can be hired to make regular home visits, offering healthcare, helping with medication administration, or even providing companionship. These professionals are trained to deal with the specific needs of elderly people, being able to monitor health conditions such as chronic illnesses or physical limitations, and provide practical support such as assistance with daily activities. Furthermore, the presence of a healthcare professional can help alleviate the concerns of family members who, as much as they want to be present, may not have the ability to constantly monitor the elderly person. Professional support services, such as regular visits from a nurse or hiring a caregiver for daily monitoring, can bring a great sense of security and peace of mind to the elderly person and their family. Creating and maintaining friendly relationships with neighbors is another essential component of a support network. Neighbors are often the first people to notice when something is not right, such as a change in behavior or a possible emergency. Good coexistence with neighbors can ensure that the elderly person has someone to count on in everyday situations, such as asking for help with carrying shopping or for small repairs around the house. Furthermore, in some communities, there are specific support programs for elderly people who live alone, such as regular visits, transportation to medical appointments, and even emotional support. These programs are an excellent option for those looking for a more structured support network, allowing the elderly person to feel part of a community that cares for their well-being. In some neighborhoods, there are even groups of volunteers or local initiatives that promote interaction between residents, offering social activities, support with daily tasks, and even group coexistence. Another important aspect of support networks is assistance in emergency situations, such as falls, sudden illnesses, or unforeseen medical needs. Having an organized support network can be essential in these critical moments. Family, friends, and neighbors, for example, should be aware of the elderly person's emergency contacts, essential medications, and health conditions so they can act quickly if necessary. Furthermore, healthcare professionals can play a crucial role in providing guidance to prevent accidents at home and ensure that older adults receive adequate care in times of crisis. Many elderly people, when feeling more vulnerable, prefer to create contingency plans that involve members of the support network, facilitating coordination and efficient communication in times of urgent need. With the advancement of technology, new forms of support have been implemented to ensure that the elderly are well and safe. Platforms such as health monitoring apps, motion sensors to detect falls, and even emergency call systems, panic buttons, have become essential resources to increase elderly safety. Technologies also facilitate instant communication with the support network, ensuring that the elderly can easily get in touch with someone if they need help. Social networks and online platforms can provide an additional means of social connection, allowing older adults to maintain ties with friends and family even from a distance. Using video conferencing apps is also an effective way to reduce feelings of isolation and ensure that seniors have access to regular social interactions. In many cities, programs aimed at supporting the elderly offer an organized and structured support network, offering a range of services to ensure the well-being of the elderly. These programs include support in the form of transportation to medical appointments, recreational activities, emotional support groups, and even healthcare. Additionally, non-governmental organizations and charities also offer programs designed to alleviate loneliness and provide support to older people in vulnerable situations. Participating in these initiatives can be an excellent way for older adults to stay active, socially engaged, and emotionally balanced. An integrated and well-structured support network is essential for healthy and safe aging. This involves not only support from those close to you, such as family, friends, and neighbors, but also collaboration with healthcare professionals and specialized services. Keeping this network active and engaged provides the elderly with a sense of security, emotional and physical support, as well as promoting a richer and more balanced social life. Thus, even those who choose to live alone can count on the support they need to maintain their health and quality of life in good condition. The health of the elderly requires constant attention, as the chances of chronic conditions and the need for regular monitoring increase as they age. However, leaving home for frequent appointments can often be a challenge, whether due to mobility limitations, distance, or simply a lack of company. In this context, remote monitoring technologies have proven to be an effective solution to ensure that elderly people receive the necessary support without leaving home, providing greater safety and quality of life. Nowadays, there is a wide range of wearable devices and sensors that allow continuous monitoring of elderly people's health. Some of these devices are capable of measuring important vital parameters such as blood pressure, heart rate, glucose levels, and even physical activity level. These devices are designed to be discreet, easy to use, and comfortable, providing a practical and non-invasive way to track seniors' health in real time. The information collected is transmitted directly to the responsible doctor or healthcare professional, who can analyze the data on an ongoing basis, identifying changes or trends that require attention. This remote monitoring allows for a faster response to any complication or change in the clinical picture without the need for frequent travel. Furthermore, many of these devices are connected to smartphone applications or online platforms, making it easier for older adults and their families to access health information. This also helps in organizing appointments and monitoring treatments, ensuring that the elderly are always informed about their health. With constant monitoring, the risk of serious complications is reduced as professionals can proactively adjust treatments as needed. Another significant advance in remote monitoring of elderly health are motion sensors and devices that detect falls. As they age, seniors become more susceptible to falls, which can result in serious injuries and complications. To reduce these risks, movement monitoring systems are installed in homes or worn on elderly people's clothing, monitoring their mobility throughout the day. If a fall is detected, the system immediately sends an alert to a family member, caregiver, or healthcare professional, ensuring that the elderly person receives help quickly. These sensors are particularly valuable as older people can often feel embarrassed or insecure to ask for help in times of emergency, and the technology can act quickly, providing an effective response. In addition to detecting falls, Some devices also monitor movement patterns, identifying whether the elderly person is moving properly or whether there are significant changes in their daily habits. This data helps detect mobility or mental health problems, such as fatigue, loss of balance, or even conditions such as dementia, which can affect the elderly person's perception of their own safety. Telemedicine is another innovative tool that has gained prominence in recent years, especially in times of pandemic, when access to healthcare services has become more restricted. For elderly people who live alone, telemedicine represents an excellent alternative to ensure that they receive adequate medical care without having to travel to the office. Through video calls, doctors can hold follow-up appointments, discuss symptoms, review exams, and even perform preliminary diagnosis. Remote consultations are particularly useful for monitoring chronic conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, heart and respiratory diseases, as they allow the elderly to be closely monitored without the need for frequent travel, which can be difficult or even risky for some. Elderly. Telemedicine also offers the possibility of more frequent and regular consultations, which improves monitoring of elderly people's health. During the online consultation, the doctor can ask the elderly person to measure their blood pressure, glucose, or other parameters with the support of devices connected to the internet, and then review the results in real time. If the doctor identifies something unusual, he or she can adjust the treatment or recommend immediate referral to a hospital or clinic, ensuring that the elderly person receives the necessary attention without wasting time. In many cases, remote monitoring of senior health can be even more effective when devices and remote medical consultations are integrated into a single platform. These platforms can bring together information from different sources, such as wearable devices, motion sensors, electronic medical records, and telemedicine consultations, allowing a complete view of the health of the elderly. With this, both the elderly and their family members and healthcare professionals have access to a consolidated panel of data, facilitating care management and ensuring a coordinated approach to treatment. These integrated platforms can even offer additional functionalities, such as reminders to take medications, alerts about the need for exams, or scheduling future medical appointments. Furthermore, some platforms allow family members to monitor the elderly person's health status in real time, which contributes to greater peace of mind and security. Remote health monitoring is not just limited to the physical aspect, but can also be crucial for the mental health of the elderly. The assurance that they are being closely monitored can provide great emotional relief, both for the elderly person and their family members. Knowing that there is a technological support network to detect changes or emergencies quickly and effectively can reduce anxiety and stress, promoting a sense of security. Additionally, remote medical appointments can be an opportunity to discuss not only physical health issues, but also emotional and mental health issues, such as depression, anxiety, or signs of dementia. Remote monitoring also ensures that seniors have constant access to quality healthcare, even when they can't leave their homes. This is especially important for those who have mobility difficulties, live in remote areas, or do not have easy access to healthcare professionals. Technology makes it possible to continue medical treatment, improving treatment adherence, and reducing the risk of complications associated with unmonitored diseases. In short, remote health monitoring offers an efficient and safe way to ensure seniors receive the medical attention they need, without the challenges associated with regular office visits. The combination of wearable devices, Fault sensors, telemedicine, and connected health platforms promotes continuous and personalized care, providing not only benefits for physical health, but also for the emotional well-being of the elderly, ensuring a safer and more peaceful life. As we age, mobility becomes one of the main concerns related to health and quality of life. Many seniors face daily challenges due to conditions such as arthritis, balance problems, or muscle weakness, which affect their ability to move around easily. However, it is possible to improve mobility and accessibility with a series of adaptations and support devices, ensuring that the elderly can move more safely and freely within their own home. These improvements not only increase autonomy, but also reduce the risk of falls and injuries, promoting a more comfortable and safe environment. For elderly people with mobility difficulties, especially those who have problems climbing stairs, installing access ramps is one of the most effective solutions. Ramps provide a simple and safe way to move between levels of the house, whether at an external entrance or inside the house itself. They must be made of non-slip materials and with the appropriate inclination to prevent the elderly person from having difficulties using them. If the elderly person lives in a house with 2 floors or more, installing an elevator can be an excellent option. Domestic elevators designed for small or private homes can facilitate movement between floors with much more comfort and safety. For those who do not want or cannot invest in a conventional elevator, stair lifts are also a valuable alternative. These devices, which adapt to stairs, allow elderly people to go up and down safely with less physical effort and risk of falls. Installing ramps or elevators is an investment that promotes independence and well-being, providing elderly people with greater freedom within their home. For many elderly people, especially those who face serious mobility difficulties, the use of a wheelchair or walker becomes essential to ensure mobility within the home and outdoors. These devices offer the necessary support to help the elderly person move with more safety and stability, minimizing the risk of falls and allowing greater independence. It is important that the elderly person or their caregivers choose the device that best suits their needs, taking into account factors such as the elderly person's level of strength and balance, the type of terrain they will be traveling on, and personal preferences. Inside the home, it is crucial that the organization and layout of the space is adapted to accommodate these mobility tools. For example, furniture should be arranged so that passages are wide enough to allow a wheelchair or walker to be used without obstacles. Doorways and hallways should also be wide enough to ensure that the elderly person can move around easily, especially if they use devices that require more space, such as electric wheelchairs. Furthermore, it is important that walkers and wheelchairs are correctly adjusted and well maintained to ensure their proper functioning and the safety of the elderly person during use. Another fundamental adaptation to improve accessibility and mobility for the elderly at home is the organization of spaces. Keeping the house free of obstacles and with wide, unobstructed paths makes it easier to move around and minimizes the risk of trips and falls. In addition to removing loose carpets, wires, and excessive furniture, it is essential to ensure that the elderly person has easy access to everyday items, such as food, medicines, and personal belongings. The layout of the house must be planned in such a way that the elderly person can move freely from one room to another without encountering physical barriers that make travel difficult. Furniture must also be chosen carefully. Chairs and tables of appropriate height can facilitate movement and comfort, while using furniture with rounded corners can reduce the risk of accidental injuries. In bathrooms and kitchens, for example, it is recommended to install grab bars to ensure safety when using the shower, or to support yourself while moving around the house. Installing accessible shelves or low cabinets, rather than high shelves, can help ensure that seniors can get to what they need without straining or putting themselves at risk. Adequate lighting is another crucial factor in ensuring elderly people's mobility and safety. As we age, vision can decrease, and a lack of light can increase the risk of falls and accidents. Installing high-quality lights in all areas of the home, especially stairs, hallways, and bathrooms, can help seniors see clearly and move with more confidence. Furthermore, it is important to consider the use of lights with motion sensors, which turn on automatically when someone approaches, providing more comfort and preventing the elderly person from having to worry about turning on the lights manually. In addition to physical adaptations in the home, there are also advanced technologies that can help improve mobility and accessibility for the elderly. Devices such as motion sensors, fall monitoring systems, and emergency alarms are resources that guarantee the safety of the elderly in real time. If the elderly person loses balance or falls, these devices can quickly alert family members or caregivers, providing an immediate response to the emergency. Furthermore, applications and mobile devices that monitor the elderly person's walking pace, physical activity level, and posture can be useful for monitoring general health and preventing mobility-related problems. In some situations, it is not just the house that needs to be adapted, but also the external environment. Accessibility around the home, including sidewalks, ramps, and exterior walkways, should be carefully considered. For seniors who enjoy outdoor walks, ensuring that the neighborhood has well-maintained sidewalks, free of potholes and obstacles, is essential to promoting mobility and safety. In many cities, there are also community programs to improve public accessibility, including wheelchair-accessible transportation and other support services that make it easier for seniors to get around their community. Improvements in accessibility and mobility for the elderly have a significant impact on quality of life. When seniors can move freely and safely in and out of their home, they feel more independent, capable, and confident, which can improve their mental and emotional health. These adaptations not only offer comfort, but also reduce the risk of accidents, promote healthy aging, and ensure that the elderly can maintain their autonomy for longer. Accessibility is not only a matter of safety, but also of dignity, allowing the elderly to continue to live actively and fully in their own space. Regular physical exercise is essential for anyone's health, but for the elderly, especially those who live alone, the benefits become even more significant. Exercise not only helps keep the body strong and healthy, but is also essential for improving motor coordination, increasing mobility, and, above all, preventing falls, one of the biggest health risks for the elderly. Furthermore, physical activities contribute to mental health, promoting emotional well-being, reducing symptoms of depression and anxiety, and improving sleep quality. Maintaining muscle strength and flexibility is crucial for the elderly. As with aging, loss of muscle mass and decreased flexibility are common. Exercises such as stretching, yoga, and Pilates are highly recommended, as they improve flexibility, balance, and strength, all in a gentle and controlled way. These types of exercises help maintain posture, reduce joint pain, and increase range of motion, which makes it easier to carry out daily activities, such as getting dressed, picking up objects from the floor, and even walking more safely. Yoga and Pilates, for example, can be performed at home with the help of online videos or specific applications. In addition to strengthening the body, these activities promote the connection between body and mind, helping the elderly to reduce stress and anxiety. Yoga, with its relaxing postures and breathing techniques, can be especially useful for promoting calm and improving sleep quality, while Pilates focuses on posture, balance, and strengthening deep muscles, essential for preventing injuries. It is important to emphasize that exercises must be adapted to the individual needs of the elderly person, and it is always recommended that they consult a doctor or healthcare professional before starting a new physical activity routine, especially if they have a specific health problem. Walking is one of the simplest, most accessible, and most effective forms of exercise for seniors. In addition to helping maintain cardiovascular health, walking outdoors offers the opportunity to connect with nature, which has proven benefits for mental health. If the elderly person lives in an area with parks, squares, or quiet streets, they can incorporate daily walks as part of their routine, which also contributes to increasing the time they are exposed to sunlight, helping with the production of vitamin D, essential for health. Bone. For those who don't have easy access to parks or quiet streets, walking indoors can also be an alternative. Walking around the yard, in the garden, or even in a hallway can provide the same benefits for the cardiovascular and muscular system. Furthermore, if the elderly person has a yard or garden, they can perform physical activities indoors, such as stretching, balance exercises, or even gardening, which can also be a light but effective form of exercise. Walks are also an excellent way of socializing, if the elderly person has company to walk with. The act of walking together with other people can stimulate conversation and alleviate isolation, as well as ensuring that the elderly person feels safer if they have any problems with mobility. For seniors who cannot walk alone, walking groups or the company of a friend or family member can be an excellent solution. Technology has played an increasing role in promoting physical activity among older adults, allowing them to stay active in the comfort of their homes. Nowadays, there is a wide variety of free videos and apps specifically for seniors that offer simple, effective, and accessible workouts for seniors. These programs are an excellent option for those who prefer to exercise at home without needing expensive equipment or going to a gym. These videos and apps often offer short-term workouts tailored to the senior's fitness level, focusing on strengthening, stretching, balance, and resistance exercises. Some platforms also offer progressive training programs, starting with light exercises and gradually increasing intensity as the senior gains strength and confidence. This allows the elderly person to monitor their progress, remaining motivated and engaged. In addition to exercise videos, some apps for seniors also include other useful features, such as daily exercise reminders, activity tracking, and health goal tracking. This helps the elderly to organize themselves and stay focused on their physical activity routine, ensuring consistency in training. Falling is one of the biggest health concerns for the elderly, and physical activity plays a crucial role in preventing these accidents. Exercises that improve balance, coordination, and leg strength are key to reducing the risk of falls. Programs that include balance exercises, such as standing on one foot, walking in a straight line, or using equipment such as Swiss balls and balance discs, help strengthen the muscles needed to maintain posture and balance, especially in moments of transition, such as when standing up or sitting down. Practicing low-impact physical activities, such as walking, yoga, and stretching, is also excellent for maintaining mobility and improving stability. Staying active improves blood circulation and the functioning of the cardiovascular system, essential factors for general health and for preventing falls caused by dizziness or muscle weakness. An effective approach for the elderly is to combine physical exercise with mental activities. For example, activities that involve coordinated movements, such as dancing, tai chi, or even memory exercises while exercising, can improve both physical and mental health. These integrated activities stimulate the brain, helping to prevent cognitive decline and improving memory and concentration. Tai Chi, for example, is a traditional Chinese practice that combines slow, controlled movements with a focus on breathing and balance. It is an excellent option for the elderly, as in addition to improving strength and flexibility, it also helps reduce stress and anxiety, promoting mental and emotional health. The key to a successful exercise routine for seniors is variety and consistency. Diversifying the types of exercises, including strength, flexibility, balance, and resistance activities, guarantees a more complete and balanced workout. Furthermore, establishing a consistent routine of daily physical activity helps maintain long-term benefits, ensuring that the elderly person not only remains physically active but also mentally engaged and emotionally balanced. The benefits of regular physical exercise are immense and go beyond disease prevention. They contribute to increased self-esteem, reduce the risk of chronic diseases such as hypertension, diabetes, and heart disease, and promote healthier and more independent aging. By keeping the body active, the elderly not only prolong their independence, but also significantly improve their quality of life. In summary, physical exercise is a fundamental pillar for the health and well-being of the elderly, especially for those who live alone. They not only keep the body strong and healthy, but also help improve coordination, prevent falls, and promote a balanced emotional state. With so many affordable options, including at-home activities, outdoor walks, and online programs, seniors have many ways to stay active and live healthier, happier lives. When an elderly person lives alone, organizing and managing healthcare becomes even more important. Having a structured system to deal with issues such as medication control, monitoring chronic illnesses, and scheduling medical appointments can make all the difference in maintaining health and well-being. Home health care allows seniors to live more independently, while ensuring they have the support they need to manage their health conditions effectively and safely. Proper medication management is a major concern for older adults, especially those with multiple prescriptions. Forgetting to take medication or taking it at the wrong time can lead to health complications. To help avoid this type of error, using a medicine box with daily and weekly compartments is an excellent solution. Furthermore, these organizing boxes allow the elderly to clearly see whether they have taken their medication or not, ensuring greater safety. Another excellent strategy is to use alarms or reminders on your cell phone. Many health apps offer the possibility of setting up alerts to remind the elderly person to take their medication at the right time. These reminders are simple, effective, and help prevent forgetting, especially for those with memory difficulties. Additionally, some pharmacies and health services offer medication packages that are already organized by dose, making control even easier. It is also a good idea to keep a detailed record of all medications taken, their dosages and times, so that the doctor can easily review if there is a need to adjust the treatment. The senior or a family member can create this record manually or use health apps, which can sync with doctors' prescriptions and provide prescription renewal alerts. Home medical visits are an excellent alternative for elderly people who have mobility difficulties, who live in more remote locations, or who simply prefer the comfort and privacy of their homes to carry out medical appointments. Many doctors and nurses offer this type of service, providing specialized care directly at home. This eliminates the need for travel and avoids the risks of external exposure, in addition to providing a more relaxing and familiar environment for the elderly. In addition to medical care, home visits may also include carrying out simple tests, such as measuring blood pressure, glucose, or even assessing vital signs. The presence of a healthcare professional at home can be a way of early detection of any change in the elderly person's health status, allowing for faster and more effective treatment. For routine consultations or monitoring of chronic conditions, this service provides more convenience and confidence, both for the elderly and their families. For elderly people with chronic illnesses, such as hypertension, diabetes, or heart problems, continuous health monitoring is essential. In addition to regular doctor visits, home monitoring is also essential to manage these conditions efficiently. The use of remote monitoring technologies can be a great help in this process. For example, blood pressure measuring devices, glucose monitors, and heart rate monitors can be used regularly at home to ensure that parameters are within normal levels. These devices automatically send data to healthcare professionals or to a monitoring application, allowing doctors and nurses to monitor the evolution of the elderly person's condition without the need for frequent travel. Another very useful resource are health apps, which allow elderly people to record data such as glucose levels, blood pressure, and even the amount of fluids consumed. These records help both the senior and the doctor understand fluctuations in health conditions over time, facilitating adjustments to medication or care plan. Furthermore, some remote monitoring systems allow healthcare professionals to alert the elderly or their family members if they detect an abnormality in their recorded data, ensuring quick and effective interventions. Although physical care is essential, the elderly's mental and emotional health also needs to be monitored and treated with the same attention. Living alone can generate feelings of loneliness and, in some cases, lead to the development of emotional disorders such as depression and anxiety. Monitoring psychological well-being is as important as physical monitoring. Having a mental health professional, such as a psychologist or therapist, conduct home visits or even virtual consultations can be very beneficial. Furthermore, the inclusion of regular social activities, such as conversations with friends and family, also helps to improve the elderly person's emotional state and reduce the feeling of isolation. Emotional support programs and peer groups can also be found in many communities, providing older adults with the opportunity to connect with others and share experiences. Another important aspect of home healthcare is constant monitoring of any new symptoms or changes in the elderly person's clinical condition. Changes in an elderly person's health can often be subtle and difficult to notice, especially when they live alone. Therefore, having a trusted person, whether a family member, friend, or caregiver, to observe and report any changes in symptoms is essential. This includes monitoring for signs of infection, such as fever or excessive tiredness, as well as monitoring mobility problems, such as difficulty walking or performing everyday activities. Early detection of any significant changes can prevent serious complications and facilitate more effective treatment. Technology has been a fundamental ally in making home healthcare more efficient and accessible. In addition to remote monitoring devices, the use of cameras and motion sensors can be a way to ensure elderly people's safety. These sensors can alert family members or caregivers if the elderly person suffers a fall or has difficulty performing basic tasks, providing an extra level of vigilance and support. Telemedicine platforms also offer an excellent solution for regular consultations, especially when the elderly person is unable to leave home. Telemedicine allows elderly people to have access to doctors and specialists from different areas without having to leave their home, saving time and energy. For routine consultations, monitoring chronic illnesses, or even answering quick health questions, these platforms are a valuable resource. Despite the advantages of technology and professional services, family support remains an essential part of home health care. Even if the elderly person lives alone, maintaining constant communication with their family and friends ensures that they have emotional support, as well as help in times of need. Organizing a system of periodic visits, whether via video calls, phone calls, or in-person meetings, contributes significantly to the health and well-being of the elderly. In addition, the family can help with scheduling appointments, monitoring medication, and even monitoring warning signs that may indicate health complications. Preventing emergencies is one of the most critical areas when it comes to the well-being of seniors who live alone. Unexpected situations such as falls, sudden illness, or even medical emergencies can occur at any time. Adequate preparation can make all the difference, ensuring that the elderly person has the resources and support necessary to deal with these unforeseen events. Furthermore, having alert systems and prevention strategies can provide peace of mind for both the elderly and their families. The first prevention measure is to ensure that the elderly person has a clear and accessible action plan in case of emergencies. Teaching elderly people how to proceed in different critical situations is essential so that they know how to behave and seek help when necessary. This plan can include simple instructions such as calling a family member or emergency services and steps to take if they fall, have trouble breathing, or feel very weak. It is important that this plan is reviewed periodically to ensure that the elderly person remembers all the steps to follow and that they know who to contact in different situations. Additionally, the plan should include the location of essential items, such as phones and keys, and a way for the senior to communicate easily, even if they cannot move freely. In some situations, a visible instruction sheet placed in an easily accessible location, such as on the refrigerator or near the phone, can be helpful in reinforcing protocol in case of an emergency. Having a list of emergency contacts on hand is crucial. This list should include not only numbers for emergency services such as police, fire, and ambulance, but also numbers for family members, close friends, neighbors, or carers. Additionally, it is important that the elderly person knows how to use a telephone or communication system to get in touch quickly if they are unable to travel. To make things easier, emergency information can be recorded prominently on paper or on a cell phone screen. The convenience of communication devices such as cell phones with large keyboards or voice assistants can be an alternative for seniors who have difficulties with vision or mobility. In this case, the most important numbers can be programmed so that the elderly person only needs to press a button or say the keyword for the assistance to be activated. Using alert devices is one of the most effective ways to ensure that seniors have immediate help if they become involved in an emergency. The panic button, which can be used via a portable device or on the watch itself, is a classic example. These buttons allow seniors to call for help with just one touch, without having to move to reach a phone. In addition to panic buttons, there are also fall monitoring systems, which are designed to detect when an elderly person suffers a fall. These devices automatically send alerts to family members or a call center, which can contact the senior or send help immediately. For seniors at increased risk of falls, such as those who suffer from balance issues or conditions such as osteoporosis, these systems are an excellent way to reduce risk. Another interesting technology are wearable devices, such as bracelets or necklaces, which monitor not only the fall but also the elderly person's general health, such as heart rate or oxygen levels. If any irregularity is detected, these devices can alert the doctor or those responsible so that an intervention can be carried out quickly. Emergency prevention also involves the safety of the environment where the elderly person lives. Adapting your home to prevent falls and other domestic accidents is a fundamental measure. Making sure that furniture is well positioned, with no obstacles in the way, and that the floor is non-slip can help reduce risks. Additionally, installing grab bars in areas such as bathrooms and hallways where the elderly may need extra support is an effective measure. Keeping essential objects within reach of the elderly person is also important. This includes avoiding the need to stretch or make risky movements to reach items at the top of cabinets or shelves. By organizing the home in an accessible way, the elderly can move around more easily and safely, which significantly contributes to the prevention of falls and other incidents. Although many emergencies can be unpredictable, preparing seniors by regularly practicing how to respond in crisis situations can make a big difference. Carrying out emergency simulations with the elderly can help them feel more prepared and less anxious if something really happens. This may include rehearsals of how to call for help over the phone, what to do if you fall, and how to protect yourself until help arrives. Regularly monitoring the elderly person's health situation and adjusting the emergency prevention plan is essential. This may involve reviewing alert devices, evaluating how the senior is using these tools, and adapting their home to improve safety. Furthermore, having a reliable support network that can be quickly contacted in any emergency situation is essential to ensure that the elderly person is never completely alone in times of need. Now that you know how to guarantee a safe, independent, and monitored home for the elderly, how about taking action? The transformation starts today, and the changes may be simple, but the results are impressive. Subscribe to the channel for more practical tips and continue taking care of those you love with maximum safety and comfort. Don't miss the next video.